welcome back. My name is Jeff Nichols. I'm a member of John Knox Presbyterian Church, and I'm also a member of the Matthew 25 Task Force through the Presbytery. And this season during Lent, we're looking at Matthew 25 in depth, the three parables. We're now on to the second parable, the parable of the talents. And I was just curious if you've had a chance to try Lectio. If not, I want to give you a little hint. If you just read it a second time, I think you'll have an opportunity to maybe concentrate again on words and phrases that stick out to you. And why do they keep coming up? Is God communicating to you through this? Maybe then go on and read it a third and a fourth time. The other hint is if you do this alone, one advantage is that you don't have to do these in order. You could read it, and then you could, the second reading, respond to it. And then the third reading, you might rest. And then the fourth reading, you might reflect on the fourth reading. If you're doing it in a group, it's a little hard to do that. But if you're doing it alone, and I suspect you might be at this point, don't feel you have to go in order. The read, reflect, respond, rest is the order for a group, but you can do it in any order that God calls you to do it. So let's dig in now to the parable of the talents. And here's the story. We were brought up as young people, going to Sunday school as young Christians, and always the first two guys got the rewards because they invested and they made more money for the master. The master was not happy with the third servant because he didn't do anything. He buried it in the ground. He was lazy. He did absolutely nothing. And this parable is really about, in the here and now, in this parable about what the kingdom is like, taking action, doing something. And that third servant could have just put it in the bank or put it in a place where it gained some interest. It would still be safe. The master wouldn't lose any money. He'd gain a little bit, not as much as the first two. He did nothing. He was lazy. So we move into now this whole thing of what are kingdom values and what are the world's values, and which do we favor? Well, don't jump into the kingdom quite yet, because in this case, we have being versus doing. Well, they're not oppositional. They work together. The answer is yes, both of them. To be, to wait. How do you wait? How do you prepare? And also to do as God calls you out to take action into the world. Look at another one. Are you a waiter or are you a go-getter? The answer is yes. You should be both. You wait when it's time to wait, reflect, and then respond. Be a go-getter. Because this is all about taking action in the world, in preparing for this third and last parable on the sheep and the goats, where God does decide, who's good, who's bad, who gets separated, or who is not going to be part of the kingdom going forward. So, no matter whether you favor the two people that invested or the one person that was lazy, it doesn't matter. God still loves you, will always love you, will never forsake you, will never leave you. But in this parable, it really is about action. So, the assignment for next time, to do Lectio on the third and last parable on the sheep and the goats. And I would suggest you might want to use the Message version. Just see how he talks about that particular parable about the sheep and the goats. And do it in order. If you're with a group, change the order up a little bit. And continue to send your questions and experiences to info@johnknoxpc.org or to the Facebook site. Until next time, remember, you are not alone. God cares for you, and so do we. See you then.